Welcome to Whose Line Is It Anyway, the improvisation program which offers more excitement than a rainy day at the test match or a whole series of games of baseball. Featuring tonight, as described by Dr. Spooner, the shining wit of Greg Proops, then as described by the good sex guide, the extremely quick Stephen Frost, as described by an alien's guide to the universe, one of us, Colin Mockery, and finally as described by someone who's never seen him, the fantastically talented Ryan Stiles. We're going to start with a game called Superheroes, and this is going to feature all four contestants, so let's come forward, but starting off with Greg, and we're going to decide what sort of superhero would suit him, and he'd best easily play. And then the other four are going to join in, the order of Ryan, Colin and Stephen. He'll decide who the next person will be, and so on down the line. Okay, you're auditioning for this role now, but Greg, looking good. So what sort of superhero do you think you'll be? Not the regular one. Useless man. I think Caterpillar Man is like, I think gives him more to play with, because useless is kind of what he is. But anyway, no, I don't mean that. Caterpillar Man. So Caterpillar Man's very good. Now, what sort of problems are you dealing with? The whole world is doing what, would you think?
Pants are too small.
Pants are too small. Funny thing, have we ever done that?
If we have, I'm sure it was fraught with hilarity.
Well, with that challenge, let's go ahead. So pants are getting too small. You are
Which one am I?
You're Captain Caterpillar.
Captain Caterpillar.
But you can bring elements of Captain Useless as well if you want.
No, listen, I'll be Captain Caterpillar, and you can just sit there and be useless, man, like usual.
Oh, you're winning tonight. I can see you. Okay, you might metamorphose into something more useful. Oh,
is it about time to make some sort of inappropriate American reference here?
Not yet. You do the show. Come on.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I can take a few hits.
Get on with it, Greg!
I've metamorphosized backwards from a butterfly to a caterpillar, as is my wont. That's because I'm the most useless insect in all of... My goodness gracious! What's on the World Crisis Monitor? Everyone's underpants are too tight. That's going to be an incredible hassle. I hope my super friends show up soon, before I turn into a butterfly.
Sorry I'm late. I couldn't,
That's all right. I'm useless alone. I'm just here weaving my silk, Mr. Cat cleaning himself, man.
Sorry I'm late.
Oh, good. I can live in that later. Look, everyone's underpants are too tight.
Oh, my God! No! I hurried over as quickly as I could. Oh, thank God you're here, nude and proud of it, boy.
So, what seems to be the problem? Well, I wouldn't be that proud of it if I was you. There's no... Everyone's underpants are too tight, except for yours, of course. Let me just turn up the volume. Wow.
Sorry I'm late, guys, but my milk was going off. Thank God you're here, nipple tweak boy.
Hey! Not you. Hey! Look, everyone's underpants are too tight.
Oh, look, I'm tweaking your pussy.
Everyone's underpants are too tight. You can say pussy if you like. He's just a kitty cat cleaning himself. What are you going to do about it?
I've got to go. They're erect. I'll walk amongst everyone who has tight underwear, get them excited, and their underwear will naturally expand. Trust me.
All right.
Oh, I better follow them. Remember, you're mine.
Thank God that's over with. We'll be back next week. Same Caterpillar time, same Caterpillar channel.
That started slowly and built up. That was very good. The new decimalised scoring system, I'll give you 0.1 points each as we go on to film and theatre stars for Greg and Stephen. Like to come on down. They have to write out a little scene, and again, as usual in this game, you have to come up with some styles for them, please, members of the studio audience. Any favourite film styles, theatre styles? Not yet seen. Pride and Prejudice, a very popular... Hammer Horror! We're very close to Hammer Dramatics the whole time, so it's always very lovely. So,
Bollywood.
hospital drama, yes. Silent movie, that keeps him quiet for a bit. There's always somebody who says Swedish war movie. Now, Greg is a Top Gun pilot on an aircraft carrier who's trying to get his plane, doing final checks in his plane. He needs it urgently. Stephen is the mechanic making the final adjustments. That's the scene. The styles will come in due course. The laughs even quicker.
Righty-ho, Mr. A.
Righty-ho, Mr. B.
Well, Dick, you ready with the craft? I gotta take off. I've got some sexy flying to do today.
It could be ready next Tuesday, mate. They've got the parts on the boat because we're going to bloody seal the top. I can't get back to the garage to get the parts, can I? So I think next Tuesday I can lend
I can't have it Tuesday. Don't you understand? There's things out there that I've got to shoot down. I've got to make bad turns. There's chicks I've got to sleep with after. Hurry up, get the stuff ready now.
Well, I can't just do it for you like that. You've too much G-force, that's your problem.
Damn you.
That's the sort of thing I mean. Like that, when you go like that, you see. We think you're Japanese half the time.
Hospital drama.
Spanner.
Spanner.
Hard, put it in hard, don't just pass it like that. Slap it in as if like you did last night. That was good. That's it.
You know, when we're holding each other like this, I don't want to let go. I want to heal. Heal you. I want to take all the holes in you and seal them over. The emotional holes.
It conjured up such a picture.
This is a hospital drama, not a Swedish porn film. Your mind's out of the gutter. Who let these people into the operating theater?
Swedish porn movie.
Oh, I've dropped the spanner.
Isn't it hot on this aircraft carrier?
It certainly is, Sven.
I've got the lovely undercarriage on me.
You're right, the light does stay on me very long.
Beavis and Butthead. Hammer horror.
Yes, I saw your crack.
No one has ever seen my crack before. He who sees my crack will never fly.
Is that so? Well, I'll tell you, I'm going to get in this plane. You can try to frighten me all you like with your bizarre accent and tufty eyebrows.
Pride and Prejudice.
But my dear boy, you don't seem to understand. It is I who should fly the aircraft. Or I'm trying to tell it.
Can't you see I'm in love with you? I haven't said anything for these last 35 years because I'm English and not allowed to express my emotions.
You could never marry me. I am but a poor airplane mechanic. You are a Top Gun pilot.
I don't care if you're a poor airplane mechanic. I want your grease all over me. Shoot me with your oil gun.
Good God, woman.
That's in there. Thank you very much. Very good. I'm not sure "shoot me with your oil gun" would come up in most of Jane Austen, or the Noel Coward accents of the Restoration acting, but never mind, I'll give you a full 95 points. As we go on to Weird Newscasters, this is a game for all four. Greg, you're an anchorman of television programmes, you're obviously sit on a stool. Ryan and Colin and Stephen are with you as well, also presenting it, but there's something weird about all of them. Now, Ryan, you're the co-anchor, you sit next to him, but you think you're back in Nam, which I suppose is Vietnam, is it? Colin, you're the weatherman, but you've recently split up with Greg, who's obviously affected you in some way. And Stephen, you're the financial correspondent, and you're a compulsive gambler. Okay, so take it away, Greg.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 6 o'clock news. I'm longer than you could possibly imagine.
And I'm Billy.
Yes, good evening, Billy. In Ecuador, there's mice all over the highway. Billy?
Right. There's a big pileup on the freeway today. Did you see it, Greg?
No, I didn't
You
know.
didn't see it because you weren't there, man!
Billy, there's more headlines to do.
Right.
And new Paris fashions sweep the world as Diana clears out her wardrobe.
I know I'll get some of those fashions when I go home, but I know when I get home, there's no parades. There won't be any parades when I get home. Nobody respects what I do here.
Oh, Billy, you're always full of those grand memories. Let's switch over to our financial report, shall we? Steve, let us know what's going down in the world of high finance.
Would you like to know what's going on down in the world of high finance?
I certainly would.
I bet you don't know.
I don't at all.
I bet you don't.
Well, thank you so much, Steve.
That's okay.
Thank you very, very much. Well, it's about time to rock on to weather. Sheila, looks like a fabulous weekend brewing.
Oh, now we're talking to me, are we? 5 years I couldn't get you to communicate any sort of feeling whatsoever. But when you want something, I just better start talking. You're a little mechanical puppet.
Oh, Sheila, you're always full of vim and vigor. I guess that's why we were together for so very long.
Oh, if there was more vigor, there would be more vim from this end.
Any tips on what people might do this weekend, Sheila?
Oh, I don't know. There seems to be stuff breaking up all over. There seems to be wind just going over here, and there's lightning, there's things happening. But I guess that doesn't really matter, does it?
Oh, I
no,
guess-
you never like my parents. I hate you.
Never leave the studio, man. Never leave the studio.
I bet you £500 you two go back together.
Listen,
Well, that about sums up tonight's news. Any final words, Billy? Okay, we'll be back Monday.
Sorry, take me back. Take me back. Told you.
We'll be back Monday evening with news, weather, and shorts. I mean, weather and sports.
Come on, we gotta get out of here, man. Come on. We gotta get out of here, man.
It's all going swimmingly as we move on to moving people. Colin and Ryan are going to come forward. They're going to become human bendy toys, and they're going to be only moving when moved by volunteers from the studio audience. I'm just going to find those volunteers who don't even know they're volunteering yet. But you look as though you'd like to volunteer. Can I just ask your name?
It's Joanne.
Joanne, can you just go and stand by? It's a very easy contribution. Please, Joe, just go and stand behind the improviser of your choice. And you're very keen to encourage her to go along, so why don't you go? What's your name?
Lorna.
Lorna. Good to meet you, Lorna. Now, if you go and stand behind the other improviser, this is a very easy game to play for the volunteers, and for me especially, because I just sit over here talking about it. Now, you have to stand behind him, I'm afraid. It's not a social event, it's just... Now, could you just put the improviser you're behind in the position you'd like him? You move his legs, his arms, or really anything else you fancy? Oh, that's it. You've gone straight for the ankles. That's it. Oh, you see, you met him. Now, what's the scene? You're two high-tech criminals stealing a famous painting from a gallery. Okay, they can only move when you move them. Move them in nice, sort of easy movement so we can see what's going on. And take it away.
Don't try to carry the painting all by yourself.
I have to, Dorothy. Not only that, but I'm gonna river dance my way out of here. Tell me, dude, you like my new outfit?
It's great.
Oh, how are you?
Look, we've got the painting, but we're going to have to crawl under the laser beams.
I've already started, Gary. I'm going to lower it next. I'm going to push my head under the laser beam.
All right, I'm going to do some limbo thing.
Limbo thing?
Yes.
What the hell's that supposed to mean?
Limbo, like the Caribbean dance.
Stop! Don't say any more. You know I used to limbo in the old days.
You're right, I'm sorry. I'm going to hang my head in shame. But first I'll move over here.
Gary.
You've got the painting.
I've got the painting.
We don't have time for that. We're going to all the robbery.
I'm forcing myself to do it.
No.
God, you've got a tight little ass. Wait, we can hide the painting in the cheeks of your ass. Throw us on the laser beam. But first, let me feed for a while.
The scoring is getting a bit complicated, but then I didn't pay attention to the score. As we go on to props, this is a game for 2 pairs of 2. Now, there you go. That item, or in fact, items, is for Colin and Ryan. And you have to come up with as many different ways of using it at the time available, while, lucky you, Craig and Stephen, you come up with ways of using that thing, whatever it is, and I'll buzz between the 2 pairs as I get the idea of what you're doing. Take it away, Colin and Ryan.
What do you tell me, Ernie?
Gee, Bert.
How far away is the volcano now, do you think?
Yeah, it looks closer than it is.
If only the doves had seen that steamroller.
Exterminate!
That's right.
Exterminate! Exterminate!
The birth of a chicken.
I am the king of the bin people. Worship me! I am the king, do you hear me? This bin weighs over 20,000 tons. Yet I lift it like nothing. Right with there, you tiny bin liners.
Oh, sure, yeah, I think I have a mint. Oh, it's been in my pocket a little too long.
Apparently, we just light the blue touch paper and get it out of it.
I don't know, it just doesn't say Davy Crockett to me.
Hurry, hurry, hurry. Welcome to the chicken toss. Who'll be next?
Oh, you've broken into their props.
And look, a chicken toss.
That'll do, that's fine. Thank you very much indeed. And the Scores are really hotting up here. If I'm going to pour some water over them just to cool them down. We've got a game called Party Quirks, a familiar old game really, and this will feature Greg Proops as the host of the party. All the others will be guests of the party. Each of them has been allocated a strange quirk, a strange way of behaving, and Greg has to guess what that quirk is. They've got those from the envelopes in front of them, as suggested by members of the studio audience. Greg, you've just got the party set up. As you know, I'll be making doorbell noises to bring in the guests in the order of Stephen, Colin and Ryan. So I hope you've got your thinking cap on for working out what they're doing. Okay? Ooh, somebody there already.
I'll get it.
Yeah.
Hey, Steve!
I'm not coming down till we get better food than that.
Well, this is all I could do. There's twiglets and there's cheese nips.
Do I have to pay? I can have it on the slate.
No. However you like, you're the guest.
Guest, yes. As His Majesty's guest, yeah.
Go, okay. Gosh, what a grouch. Hi, Colin.
Hi, Greg. How you doing?
I'm good.
Oh, no.
What's happening? Colin, please. I just had this thing decorated.
Sorry.
You want some water? You want a drink or a beer?
Oh, water might be nice.
What about you, Super?
Listen, we're all nice until conditions get better. These are appalling party conditions.
How about some bread and water for you?
Very good.
You prisoner of Would you like an antacid of some kind?
No, I'm fine.
Hey, Ryan.
Sorry, I'm late here, but
nice to see you.
table.
Hey, can I get you something? Do you want a drink or
No,
something?
I'm okay.
Okay. Have you met Colin? He's
I don't believe we're
shooting fireworks out of here. Yes, he is. He's the fireworks for some ungodly reason. Hey, Ryan, you want to play some party games? Or would you rather pose because you're some sort of catalog of models and you're a model?
Of holiday snaps, quite right. Yes, that's you're in the same place. Yes, very good. Those are bizarre ones. Those are bizarre ones, but I think you got close enough to get all the points there, Greg. That puts you in a interesting fourth position as we go into a game called Sports Commentators. Ryan and Colin are going to act out a scene over there, and the other two, Stephen and Greg, will be sitting on stools and being sports commentators, commentating on what they're doing. And what are they doing? Well, you're two rival businessmen sitting next to each other on an aeroplane. Okay, but it'll be done as a sports event, in the way you might. These games get crazier and crazier, don't they? Away you go.
I'm Nipsey Tucker.
And I'm Jimmy Rowbottom.
This is the 30,000 feet Invitational Businessman's Classic.
That's right. It's going to be a tough one up there, but I think it's going to be a good one.
I think it's going to be fantastic as we go into the stratosphere to find yuppie rat balls playing against each other here as they sit next to each other in club class.
Now
Let's catch the action.
Now, we know these two don't like each other. They were on a flight to Dubai last week and a kebab fight broke out.
Oh, there goes Ryan. He just slapped Colin in the eye with, I think, a bag of smoked almonds.
It was smoked almonds, and that's his favourite. He used smoked almonds the last time. Now he's made the mistake of putting his seatbelt on, and there goes the tray. Oh! He slipped his hand in the fold-down table, and he's buckled up. There's nothing he can do about it.
That is a strict violation of the code on the plane, man. That has got to hurt. I don't care who you are. Ryan is reaching for something. It looks like it's the oxygen mask. Oh my God! He's got it. It's the old gas chopper. I haven't changed the gas chopper since the Schnitzel commuter flight out of Nuremberg.
We know the toilet is occupied, so we can't go there to throw up. Oh, he's going for the lifeboat. He's going for the lifeboat. If he can do this in one, that's a... And he's explaining it. Not in the end of time as we knew it.
Let's go back and see that again in super slow motion. He's reaching under for the lifeboat. Ryan doesn't see it coming.
Yes, he's got his finger on the toggle already.
Brilliant
So as soon as it
technique.
goes in, as soon as he's looking at Ryan knows what's coming. He knows what's coming. And look at that. Look at that technique. The pull, the snatch, the twitch.
Okay, thank you very much. Well done. Next end on that. Yes, and that's... Oh, that's really cracked on him. Okay. Well, that was brilliant. That was brilliant. I'm not sure who to give the points to, which is a shame, really, because that's my job. As you go on to Hoedown, this is for all four contestants, and they step forward and make up a song on the spot with the assistance of Richard Vranch at the piano. And what we're going to do, can you suggest something that makes you sick, or makes people sick? Just weddings. Weddings make you sick. How many have you had? You just get sick at weddings. Were you a popular bridesmaid when you were young? You too. But trained. Weddings is very good, though. Weddings, Hoedown. And we'll start with you, Steve, as you can tell from the panic-stricken look on your face. And go all the way down to Ryan, as you can tell from the panic-stricken his face. Did I say words there or not? Anyway, take it away, Stephen.
My brother got married, his name is Gromit, and when he walked down the aisle, I began to vomit. The baker cleared it up and put it under the cake, and at the wedding reception, we all sat and ate cake flake.
Very near.
Is that it then? All right. I believe in marriage, I think it is a treat. And on the day I married, I looked so very neat. But a couple years later, I began to cry. It made me totally sick because my name is Lady Di.
I hate weddings. They make me really sick. Just looking at them makes me go ick ick. I really just hate them. I hate them all the time. You know what I hate most of all? Greg just took my rhyme.
I make the wedding dresses in my special way. I make them for those pretty girls on their special day. But sometimes I get angry and I make such a fuss when I lift up the dress and find the bride's got a penis.
That sadly is the end of the show tonight. And as I total up the points, I see that Ryan and Colin are this week's joint winners. So well done, Ryan and Colin. Prize for winning is to read the credits in the style of my choosing. And in my choosing is that Ryan is a temperamental French chef, and Colin is a waiter coming in with the orders, or to take the orders. So that's what you do when the credits are rolling. So it just remains me to thank Greg Proops, Stephen Frost, Colin Mockery, Ryan Stiles, Richard Branch, and me, Clive, and saying good night. Good night.
Dan Patterson wants the fish. He wants it well done.
All right, I'll tell him.
No, he wants the Paul Wheeler and the Michael Madsen under glass. Believe this. Ruth Phillips wants something that's wet and wild.
Oh,
No, not the chef. She wants something meaty.
je te verwacht dat je met z'n sigaretten Dan Patterson niet. Ah, oh.
Welcome to Whose Line Is It Anyway, the improvisation program which offers more excitement than a rainy day at the test match or a whole series of games of baseball. Featuring tonight, as described by Dr. Spooner, the shining wit of Greg Proops, then as described by the good sex guy, the extremely quick Stephen Frost, as described by an alien's guide to the universe, one of us, Colin Mockery, and finally as described by someone who's never seen him, the fantastically talented Ryan Stiles. Okay, now then. We're going to start with a game called Superheroes, and this is going to feature all four contestants, so let's come forward, but starting off with Greg, and we're going to decide what sort of superhero would suit him, and he'd best easily play. And then the other four are going to join in, the order of Ryan, Colin and Stephen. He'll decide who the next person will be, and so on down the line. Okay, you're auditioning for this role now, but Greg, you're looking good. So what sort of superhero do you think you'll be? Not the regular one. Useless man. I think Caterpillar Man is like, I think gives him more to play with because useless is kind of what he is. But anyway, no, I don't mean that. But Caterpillar Man. So Caterpillar Man's very good. Now, what sort of problem is he dealing with? The whole world is doing what, would you think?